welcome to CLU News. I'm Heather Ford.
And I'm Andrew Demansky.
In today's show, we will get an inside look at the on-campus fashion show put on by some of our own students, and the senior art show, which is currently going on in the Quang Phong Gallery.
We will also catch up with CLU football player Eric Rogers and take a look at the drama department's spring play, Neighborhood 3, Requisition of Doom.
In CLU sport news, we are going to highlight senior baseball players Nick Bogan and Trevor Coons.
Brothers Anthony and Romello Goodman have created their own clothing line of shirts, sweatshirts, and hats titled Inkz. This year marked their third annual Inkz fashion show. Courtney was at the show to get the full report.
I'm Courtney Nunez, here in front of the Bruce Brandt Forum, anxiously awaiting the Inkz fashion show. I talked to Anthony Goodman, the founder of Inkz, and other participants in the show. How do you feel the turnout was for your fashion show this year?
I believe the fashion show, it was great. The turnout was great. I couldn't be more happier. You know, towards the middle of the show, it was standing room only. People were like sitting towards the side of the Bruce Brandt Forum. They were sitting down. So the turnout was amazing. Thank you for everyone who came out to the event, the fashion show, and the after party. It was a great time.
I'm with Demetric, a model for the fashion show. How were you chosen to be in this fashion show?
Goodman just asked me. I played football with him for a couple of years. So I knew him personally and hung around with him all the time, so he just asked me, and I said yes.
And what do you think of the Inkz fashion line?
I fully support it. I mean, everybody has their dreams of doing things, and he's actually living his out.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you all. I just want to thank all my models. I love you guys. Thank you all for I'll see you all on.
As you can see, the fashion show is a hit, and we can't wait till next year's. I'm Courtney Nunez with KCLU News. Back to you in the studio.
Looks like I need to get myself one of those shirts.
I'd say so. They're pretty stylish.
They are. This Thursday night, CLU drama students will take the stage in the spring play, Neighborhood 3, Requisition of Doom. The show will take place in the Black Box Theater and will continue to show through Sunday night. Kelsey went behind the scenes to check it out.
I'm Kelsey Gores at the Black Box Theater, where the Theater Arts Department is putting on the spring show, Neighborhood 3 Requisition of Doom. Today we will be talking to director Ken Gardner and actress Jessie Black about the show. What made you want to direct Neighborhood 3?
Well, I read the play about 3 or 4 years ago for my directing class. I like to read new plays during the summer, and the topic immediately caught my attention. Video games, you usually think that's material for movies and things like that, but this was a kind of a different new frontier for theater, so I thought it'd be an interesting play to do.
Okay, walk me through the plot of Neighborhood 3 Requisition of Doom.
Okay, it's essentially about a video game gone awry, and there are kids in this upscale neighborhood that are playing a game that's really addictive, and it's called Neighborhood 3.
Neighborhood 3 Requisition of Doom is performed by CLU students. It is about a neighborhood in typical suburbia where teenagers are addicted to a new online video game that uses the identical houses in which they reside as its setting. The gamers must smash through an army of zombies to escape. However, as the line between virtual and reality begins to blur, the true horror emerges.
And then the end of the play is sort of the culmination. They're headed to Final House, which is where they can lure their parents in and kill them off as zombies because their parents are zombies in the game. So it's sort of the final hours of their life. The way it's kind of written is it's already taking place within the virtual world. So I kind of use the Matrix as my concept that we're actually in a virtual world, and that probably the audience won't realize it until finally they're in the midst of the game.
For the first time at CLU, the Theater Arts Department will be using certain special effects. These special effects include the use of hydraulics, where the set will rise out of the floor at the beginning of each scene, and the audience is surrounded by projections, making the audience feel as if they are inside a video game.
Well, I hope they're scared a little bit. I mean, I hope it terrifies them in some way, but I hope it stimulates conversation.
The play is the winner of the 2009 Primus Citations Award from the American Theater Critics Association. It premiered at the prestigious Humana Festival of New American Plays at the Actors Theater of Louisville, Kentucky. This is a Festival of Scholars event. Do you play in Neighborhood 3?
Yeah, my character's name is Madison.
Tell me a little bit about Madison.
Well, she's 17, and she is a gamer, pretty hardcore gamer. She's one of the kids who's addicted to this whole video game, so she can't really put it down. I didn't know anything really about video games before. I actually had to talk to our stage manager, Sarah McKee. She's been great. I had to talk to her a lot about it. She would help me with how to hold the controller, what a gamer would do, what a gamer wouldn't do, you know, how they would react to different things, why they would be doing certain things. So I had to learn. It took a little while, yeah.
Students who are acting in the play have been in the rehearsal process since early February of this year. Rehearsals are 5 days a week, starting at 7 p.m. and can lead up until midnight. Rehearsals include fight choreography, video game training, and emotional preparation. What do you think the audience will take away from Neighborhood 3?
I hope that they're going to take away, you know, the whole aspect of how important family is, you know, and how important communication is. You know, there's scenes where the kids, you know, really are just there and all they need is to be able to talk to their parents and have them understand them. So I think, you know, especially with technology and how easy it is to become swept away in your own world, you know, you gotta talk with people, you gotta connect.
Neighborhood 3 Requisition of Doom will be playing in the Black Box Theater April 25th, 26th, and 27th, May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at 8 p.m., and May 5th at 2 p.m. Admission is free for CLU students and $10 for non-students. Come and brave the zombies if you dare. Kelsey Gores, back to you.
That looks so awesome.
I know, zombies are so in this season.
They are. A new art gallery was opened this week in the William Rowland Art Gallery. The reception for this show took place last Friday at the William Rowland Stadium, and Carissa stopped by to check it out. Carissa?
Hi, I'm Carissa, and we're here at the Senior Art Exhibit at the William Rowland Stadium. Starting April 25th through May 18th, William Rowland Gallery will be exhibiting senior art students' work. On Friday, April 26th, seniors who participated in Sprezzatura were acknowledged in a reception displaying their art. After the reception, we interviewed student Jackie Doucette to see her thoughts on Sprezzatura.
Okay, so Jackie, did you know anyone that was in the senior art exhibit?
Yes, my roommate and a couple of other people.
So what kind of art did your roommate do?
She did some with charcoal, and I think she did photography. They were really good.
Awesome. Are you into art yourself, Jackie?
Yeah, kind of.
And Jackie, did you have a favorite piece in the senior art exhibit?
Yes, my roommate Allison's. It was a picture she took at the Santa Monica Pier. It was beautiful, of the Ferris wheel.
Well, that's it for the senior art exhibit. I'm Carissa. Back to you guys in the studio.
In other art news, the annual CLU Fest opened this week as well. Cal Lutheran senior art and multimedia students now have their work up for display and admiration in the Quang Fong Gallery. Dominic was at the gallery to cover the story.
Hi, my name is Dominic Solly, and I'm inside the Quang Fong Gallery for CLU Fest 2013. This is a showcase where multimedia students can showcase their skills and talents. So give us some background into the CLU Fest.
CLU Fest started in 2002 was our first year, so we've been going for about 11 years now, and it was a way for students in multimedia to showcase their work.
Can any student enter the CLU Fest?
It varies from year to year. We allow the students to design their own show, so some years they've made it exclusive just to multimedia. This particular year they allowed entrance from anybody that did computer graphics, so we had some entries from students in art and other departments that also did creative media as well.
Okay, so why is this your favorite piece?
Time Will Tell is my favorite piece because it really captures, basketball in my eyes, I took a picture of Natalie, and the way that it came out, it was more like, when you're playing basketball, you never know what's going to happen. And so me being that I got injured, it was kind of like, whenever you're on the court, you don't know, time will tell where you're going to go or what's going to happen to you. So for me, that's my best piece.
Senior showcase, right?
Yes.
And all the students in the capstone class present their artwork out here?
It's seniors, and it's also some people from the multimedia department. So it's not only seniors, but most of our work is in here.
All right. So, Kara, what are some of the portraits that you've done that you've showcased in the CLU Fest?
Some of the portraits that I've done are some personal photography that I've done, and I shot some live. So I got a lot of stuff in the show, and this one particularly is my favorite. It's my buddy Reed boosting over me on a surfboard, and I was under him with the camera.
Are there any other ones that you've done? Actually, right behind you, it looks like you've done one.
Yeah, this one's titled Black Rock City. I was riding through a dust storm on my bicycle, and I had my GoPro, so I just held it up and snapped a selfie and checked it out later, and I got this really cool lens flare.
They should have put me in the showcase. Back to you guys in the studio.
There are a lot of amazing and beautiful pieces in there.
I agree. They really put in some hard work this year for this show.
Next is a story that will highlight one of the CLU Kingsmen football players. Eric Rogers has played all 4 years of his college career, and it's now time for him to move on to bigger and better things. Matthew Bowman sat down to talk to him about what exactly these things are.
CLU wide receiver Eric Rogers had a historic senior season. He broke numerous records, had many highlight plays, and was selected as a D3 first-team All-American. The only step left for him is to take his game to the next level and live out his dream of becoming an NFL player.
At first, I kind of gave up on the NFL dream. You know, as a little kid, you always think you can make it to the NFL. Oh, I'm playing NFL. But, you know, as you get older, you start realizing your potential, and some doubt creeps in. But, you know, after my freshman year, I got a little better sophomore year. And then junior year, you know, I got a lot better. And then I just put in the work my senior year, and I felt like I can get to the NFL with this little hard work and dedication.
Rogers took part in the NFL Pro Day, which was hosted by Cal Lutheran. The 6'3", 206-pound wide receiver showcased his skills on the field and in the weight room in front of a dozen NFL team scouts. Some of the drills he participated in were the 40-yard dash, broad jump, vertical jump, cone drills, and he ran routes. Rogers was very impressive in his Pro Day, especially with his 40-yard dash time of 4.48 seconds.
As an athlete, you always feel like you could do a little better, but everybody else is saying I did good, and you know I couldn't be too greedy. You know, if I didn't feel like I did my best on one drill, you know, I just moved on to the next one and tried to give them all, and I ended up getting good results.
What does the possibility of being drafted mean to you and your family?
My mom doesn't really understand. I tell her stuff, but she doesn't really comprehend everything. She just says, I'm just proud of you, and whatever you want to do, you can do it. But to me, I mean, as an athlete, you always want to say you got drafted, but it's not that big of a deal, so to speak, you know, if you don't get drafted, because if you go undrafted, you're able to pick your team, other teams that are interested in you, you're able to sit down and evaluate the situation and be like, oh, I can fit in this team, or I can make this roster, you know, it's better for me, you know, give me a better chance to make the team. So either way, I'll be happy.
Unfortunately, Rogers was not selected in the NFL draft. However, he was signed right after the draft by his favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. This has been Matthew Bowman. Back to you in the studio.
Next, we're going to move over to the baseball field, where seniors Nick Bogan and Trevor Coons are playing in their final games here at CLU. Matthew was at the field to talk to them about their time on the team. Matthew?
The CLU Kingsmen baseball team had a fantastic 2012 and 2013 season. They finished the regular season with a 34-7-1 record, which ranks as one of the most successful seasons in Kingsmen baseball history. They also took the SCIAC by storm and won the regular season SCIAC championship in the first annual SCIAC baseball tournament. They were led by their two senior team captains, Nick Bogan and Trevor Coons. Bogan's ended up having a huge season, one for the ages. He led the nation in RBIs with 65 and finished second in home runs with 12. Coons did his part as well by being the defensive anchor for the team. Both players were also able to etch their names into the CLU record books. Bogan broke the all-time CLU RBI record with 154, and Coons broke two records on his way with the all-time hits record of 199 and the all-time doubles records with 154. I met up with Coons and Bogan to talk a little about the season. Came here and you've been here for 4 years. Tell me about your time here on the baseball team and your experience you've had.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great experience being a freshman, having all the older guys to look up to, learning things from them, and just progressing as a baseball player, and doing the same things that the seniors did for me, just kind of taking care of the younger guys and being with a great group of guys for 4 years now. It's just been a really good experience.
For so many years, you guys were the underclassmen, and you've seen the upperclassmen, how they let the team that. How was that experience of being the big guy on the team and being able to give leadership to the younger players?
It's good. I mean, I really like that role, be able to take what other people have told me and shown me and kind of make it my own and kind of just do anything to help the team. Wasn't really worried about stats this year as long as we were winning games, and if I had to make sure the young kids were doing it, get on them sometimes, I had to do it. And then obviously when some of them need a helping hand, just help them out and be the guy that they can look up to and talk to them about anything if they have any questions or anything like that.
You also broke the hits record for CLU. What does that record mean to you, and how does it feel to etch your name in the record book?
It feels amazing, to be honest. I mean, I obviously hoped to, and that was my goal coming in as a freshman, to do anything I can. But I mean, all that really means is that 199 times I helped the team and get on base for them. But it's definitely something that I'm very proud of and obviously never forget. And when I look in the record books now, I can see my name along with Nick's here and be 1-2 right now.
The most feared bat in your lineup. Tell me, and you were able to actually break the RBI record this year for CLU. Tell me what that meant to you, and did you know even that you were close to breaking it at all?
Honestly, I had no idea that I was close to breaking the record. I just kind of continued to stick with my approach and do what I needed to do for the team and do things to help win games, and things worked out, and I broke the RBI record.
This was your senior year, of course. Tell me what were your expectations of the season, and what do you think you guys would do as a team?
Yeah, I mean, coming into the season, we knew we had a good team on paper and a lot of senior leadership. So we actually expected a lot out of our seniors and the leadership that we were going to get. And as you can tell, the way that the season ended, we did a good job of doing what we needed to do. Won the SCIAC tournament. So I mean, those were our expectations, and to continue to play in regionals. So we're there now, and we've been playing real well.
Bogan and Coons head off this weekend to Texas to participate in the regional round of playoffs. Good luck to both men in the Kingsland baseball team. This has been Matthew Bowman, and back to you in the studio.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. Be sure to tune in next week and for the next episode of CLU News.
And in the meantime, check out www.callutheran.edu for more updates. Thank you, see you next time, and you stay classy, CLU.